breaking news. And then say we are flying it as well bongo ideas. Or say a year GN bank lances restored. I wish you are main say we bongo ideas circulate na I was a daily updates report to you say the government is working about papa banyanko punishna John Dramani Mahama. Wama Ghana emere because me 2024 no team say heat was system no angas out 2020 4 mu hono then time o mampanyi bi enya no wonna ma sister team say mo shit na busua enkomo ni nyina say John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency Nyame Insurance, he say water koto 3 days visit. Now ebusua ni nyina share His Excellency John Dramani Mahama together with Ato Forcing, the finance minister, Omar restore the lances of Jimba. Now ye nyina him say enti member flyer na da so ba member video bi nkyerɛw Adomba best and so comment to be found. Now fast forward no man Adomba best video no nkyerɛw ba flyer no na da screen so no I'm sure.
And you the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Papa. I'm down. I was trying to say, yet your memory. And I Ghana for a former President Cassie and Sonny. And you cost one share. Or buy Dr. Pakosi Ndoum. As a Obi Bank or Ghana say now start Juma Ampa or the say yo. Bank next to pretty my banki Ebo mother employ Ghanaian youth baby. O for that free by her. Or say there
God have mercy.
Bank na Pakosi Ndoum maybe you know. Aye. Or more in Chiweru. Akufado Bawumia toilet prefect omushe nyagupo hata suo enim egu Ndoum bank any other banks amen kofojo 3 kofo twajajo o man wemu o ti say kofo ti say obran kofo bremu ni say omu save for something better no e say o man wemu dan na yam no kase ene Menoka say, the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Etumi abua. Ama Pakosi Ndoum, his license, the banking license no. Nensa etumi aka, yes. Nensa aka license na. 2026. Operation GN Bank. Any other banks omu collapse omu no omu best start operate next year 2026. O just say ka say kan say mo mawe mu ahun say wan ko mu ahun na wo jeje kan kwasiasem onu fura tare tiri be bi say adrian Ndoum bank no bi no omo mo na we nchewe dodo. Ujama mfanya nyesi da mrawo besu etu ogunu amparapala oforate na pepe mu apase egu bank no so ampa afeni pada sani se kwaku be she ngudi fufuo uni kwaku di fufuo ni we ya kwaku kodru fi ose agudi o bank ya kola so ke body bed na ba me o toilet prefect no. And before man no more ho. Some of na nkasa na yo de ya gunu. And then the same people and yesu. Na me be chi omo ka. Amen. O just say no for that the question. Put you on ka say bank no be gunu adia. Work so no mo reach. Na pipi. Mu boy ya bakisa ban we no more ye huna.
Fast forward and may say no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Pakosi Ndoum Papa Kosi Ndoum Dr. Papa Kosi Ndoum proud to yabeto abano opetition and as after say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama showing as a president I stand to be corrected on this particular comment. Now, or petition His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, "Ompanin, we the facha me maybe a tremor me a campaign tiao. Me anam kokodon MPP amani kon me a campaign tiao." Enti no mahu say me hu han no NDC amani ko na me sro me krata ya brawo she me sro say uba hu me mobo okọ hini ni mu na je say obepie wa hini ni mu na akopie wa hini ni mu Flagstaff House na utransi na wa kai me no restore me bank lances amame okọ petition His Excellency John Dramani Mahama what the Flagstaff House e on mampani atenaye na ene edey so ya mampani lene flyer e circulate ame hu say o mampani Mahama His Excellency o si ade yo eye nyankopon hira papa e wa restore the lances of a year Dr. Parko Sindo me say ombra no me the petition abra okọ petition His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no ma me emosa petition nyere encho ne stay tuned stay connected ma me mo sa video no encho tiawa nyembra.
We built a bank from the very beginning, saying that we wanted to be the people's bank, to be everywhere, to serve the ordinary Ghanaian. So from the word go, we said we were going to build at least 300 branches and serve at least 1 million customers. And that we will be in where any major market is in this country. We built this network, which then became the focal point for economic development in many of the areas. Because now, if I know a specific man in Wale who sold building products. Before we got there, his business was small because he couldn't drive through all these bad roads to go and deliver supplies, go and collect cash. But with our system in place, anyone, whether they're in Saboba or wherever else, will go to a branch, deposit money into his account. Once he verifies it's sitting in Wale, he will then send the supplies to them, and his business was thriving. Collapsing a 300-branch financial entity is inimical to the economic interests of the country. We had thousands of employees. Those employees don't have jobs. And because of the banking sector problem that showed up, who is going to give a branch manager a job today? We consider that we built one of the first, people talk about interoperability. We did this, more than 6 years ago. And that system, it doesn't work now. When the new administration took over in 2017, it decided to freeze all contracts and said they were going to review them and reject whichever ones that they would reject. Well, they did the review. None of our projects was rejected. As a matter of fact, they gave even more contracts to a number of the contractors that we had pre-financed. But they would pay the new contracts and leave ours, right? We said, just give us 300 million Ghana cedis of contracts, work done and certified. And if they had done that, none of our companies would have suffered any challenges. They didn't.
I believe that the action of this government was a knee-jerk reaction to a situation that should have been faced with reasonableness, level head, and a calm disposition. Professor Soludo says that the ownership of capital matters, and that the ethnicity of capital is real, and that every country's financial and banking sector is part of its national security architecture. It's not the first time we've done a banking sector cleanup. Under FinSap, we had struggling banks, and we dealt with it, and the banks came out stronger after FinSap than before. I think we are speaking on the same wavelength. I know that there are some legal issues too outstanding, but it's something that we would be looking at before we come into office. And if by the grace of the votes of the Ghanaian people and by the grace of God we do come into office, you can expect that you all get a sympathetic hearing, in trying to unravel, what has unfortunately happened.
Because the party believes, say, you are not somebody who can even take an MP to cross the line. So we are questioning your competence. Are you competent enough? Prove to us. We are not going to insult you. From today, no NDC communicator should insult Bawumia or his wife. Nobody should call him names. Every time Bawumia speaks, the question is about his competence. He needs to prove to us. He cannot hide. He cannot make it look like tata no obi ampe na asem obi apɛ wasem kyerɛ sɛ wonim nyansa obetuma ye adwuma no. Now, there's something we need to talk about. It's exactly 5:39. In Ghana, it's 10:39 p.m. There's another twist to this whole thing. And the twist is simple. Mahamudu Bawumia, loyalty to friendship is very marking. And I'll say, my relationship with Kennedy Japan remains unsoiled, but NPP comes first. Marking say, loyalty. The nyonku a only boko shata free eye Kennedy Japan no sa endamfofo na eda omuntemu no party ntumi ntitimu. Parliamentarian bia ntumi ntitimu. Presidential candidate bia ntumi ntitimu. Na oka asema kire Bawumia. In fact, he went on to say this. Or say, this is not the time to dwell on who supported who, but a time to remember who we all are as members of one big. No, let me take this again. I said, this is not a time to dwell on who supported who, but a time to remember who we all are as members of one big political party, the New Patriotic Party. Afenyama can say, even though your campaign Kennedy Japan, Kennedy Japan SUP in the constituency in our vote, this is not a time about me winia. Yeah, because say when the year campaign man wine and when the boy wine. What he's trying to say, then say, yes, I campaign for Kennedy. I put money into Kennedy's campaign. I was supporting Kennedy, and Kennedy won in my constituency. But when in BB, Bawumia we need dia, who say nipa bako. Afenyo market is justifying. He is trying to defend himself indirectly. Makachira must say, Mahamudu Bawumia yire, and Bawumia tana to say they are never going to make Afenyo market lead the minority in parliament. Amin Adams, any Obia Bawumia ese opese olidi NPP in parliament. Afenyomaki knows Bawumia will change him. Afenyomaki him say campaign on Kennedy Japan, because we all know that Afenyo was campaigning for Kennedy. Afenyo wanted Kennedy Japan to lead the NPP. Afenyo has never liked Bawumia. He has never liked Bawumia's posture when it comes to politics. He had always knew that Bawumia was not competent enough to take the NPP to 2028 to win. He has been in politics for some time, and he is in parliament, and he knows Bawumia cannot win 2028. He was betting his hopes on his best friend, Kennedy Japan. That is why when you go to Afenyo Makin's constituency, Kennedy Japan won 99%. So over Afenyo Makin constituency, Abana Omoto, Kennedy Japan enya 99%, over 600 votes. Bawumia report all, because Afenyo Makin made it clear to a campaign team, and they say he was going to invest his money in Kennedy Japan's campaign in his constituency. A minority leader, or constituency, the Bawumiana or no, na onuye juma. Bawumiana na amanfo keka se won pe na asem. Bawumiana na onu akasa enya lie bi se won pese onu be wini akwakoye de president anase flag bearer no. The same Bawumia yeto aba o constituency a Bawumia report. It means say you devise a strategy to make sure say Bawumia be lose. And he's quick to come out today to say, it is not about who supported who. Nobody has said who supported who. Afenyo is guilty. Afenyo is guilty. Afenyo knows that Bawumia through him. And I can tell you on authority, Mahamudu Bawumia has said it. He is never, as far as he is the flag bearer of the NPP, he is not going to allow Afenyo Makin to lead the minority in power, in parliament. And there's a reason. I'll explain to you. Now, let me show you the results from Afenyo Makin's constituency. And it will tell you the picture very well. Now, Saoko eye afenyomaki constituency abaye to enra. The reason why enter Bawumia ebe change afenyomaki ni. And there are so many reasons, but afenyomaki ama Bawumia enough reasons to change him. Oh, afenyomaki constituency. This is what happened there. You see? This is afenyomaki's constituency. Abane to enra no. Afenyomakin Mahmoud Bawumia only 76 votes. 76. Kennedy Japan enya 644. This is what Afenyomakin did against Bawumia in his constituency. Kennedy Japan enya 644. Mahamudu Bawumia enya just 76 votes. 76. So you can see clearly what Afenyomakin was doing. Afenyomakin was confident to take Kennedy Japan be winning elections. And he put a lot of resource, a lot of money in his constituency to make sure Kennedy Japan dominated. And Nitina, Kennedy Japan 644. Mahmoud Bawumia is an ex-vice president. Mahmoud Bawumia is the former flag bearer. Mahmoud Bawumia just contested the national elections. You want to tell me, so for some reason, all the delegates in Afenyo's constituency, in less than a year, they have all decided not to vote for Bawumia, only 76. No. Afenyomakin deliberately paid and made sure he campaigned underground for Kennedy to win massively. 644 for Kennedy, 76 for Bawumia. This is Afenyomakin's constituency. And you know the funny thing? When the election was ongoing, Afenyomakin was in the constituency. He made sure that the numbers he wanted for Kennedy got the numbers. So you can see clearly that Afenyomakin never wanted Bawumia to win. And he still doesn't like Bawumia. On per Bawumia leadership. He knows Bawumia cannot win 2028. So Afenyomakin, because Sanka Kennedy Japan win ya, and Kennedy will pick Afenyo as a running mate. Afenyo is Kennedy Japan's lawyer. Afenyomakin say, ni business in you Kennedy Japan the man is ska. So Afenyomakin, he owes a lot to Kennedy. Afenyomakin would never pick Bawumia over Kennedy. In fact, Afenyomakin saw his political career brighter with Kennedy than Bawumia. Because let me tell you, Afenyomakin, Bawumia meeting, I'm making it clear, say, Mahmoud Bawumia is not ready to do what? To defend his bad record. Right now, Bawumia does not want to talk about the economy. Bawumia cannot answer questions when it comes to the economy because he has been a total failure when it comes to the economy. What they want to do now is that they want to move Amin Adams to the minority leadership. Now, what it means, they say, one, they know Afenyomakin would never defend Bawumia's incompetence. And two, Afenyomakin does not have economic background. Afenyomakin cannot dilly-dally when it comes to economy statements. So what they want to do, they say, they are going to take Afenyo